today. This is Laurie, and I'm here to kind of work on the 890, L890 serger. This is the overlocker and the cover stitch together. It is also an air threader, and so it is one of the sweetest sergers, and I've worked with sergers for years. This is by far the best serger I have ever worked with. So we're going to go through some various things today. I'm going to go through and we're going to do some samples, and these samples are just kind of to show you what the machine can do, how easy it is to move from overlocker to cover stitch or cover stitch to overlocker. And we will be doing up various samples and using the technique and the guide on this machine that will show you just how easy this is. You know, it's always been that with the serger, people are really, they panic if the lower looper or upper looper break. And with this machine, you don't have to panic. It's about as easy as they come. So with that, why don't we go ahead and get started? I'm going to start right from scratch. I'm going to turn the machine on and walk you through each thing that we're doing on this. So right now, I'm going to turn the machine on, and the screen will come up. What I'm going to do, we're going to work with right now is the cover stitch. And I will show you exactly how this gets all set up. So we're in this screen here. We're going to go here. And I'm going to close out of here. And I come up with the three different things. I can do just overlock, I can do just cover stitch, and I can do a combination of overlock and chain stitch, which we're going to be working with the cover stitch, and we're going to be working with the combo stitch, which would be your chain stitch and your overlocker. So the very first thing we're going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm going to touch cover. Now what I want to do is, let's see here. I want to do, we're going to do 16, number 16. I'm going to do number 22, and I'm going to do number 23, I think, yes. So I'm going to start out, though, with a 23, which is a cover stitch narrow. So if you kind of look at this screen right here, and you can look down here, you see two straight, the straight rows of stitching, and they're fairly close together. On the 22, those stitches are further apart. These both are a 3-thread cover stitch pattern. So we're going to go through that. So I'm going to pick out the 23, and I'm going to touch that. Now it opens up to a screen like this, and it's telling me exactly what I have chosen. It says that I have chosen a 3-thread cover stitch narrow. You're going to use your left cover stitch guide and your center cover stitch needles. You're going to use those. Now let's go. I'm going to go right over here, and we're just going to follow this through to get this machine set up. So we'll go here. It says no threading unthreading is required, but I'm going to unthread this because you need to see how I did this. So I'm going to cut these threads here, and I'm going to cut this one too, okay? And then we're going to just take all of these threads right out. I can pull that out, and we can pull these out. Do you remember the days when this was like you panicked? And there's that. Okay. Kind of clean that up. So we did the, we're going to ignore that don't unthread anything. So we're going to go here. Now it told me the regular foot that you use on an overlocker is your C11 foot. On cover stitch, we're going to use the C13 foot, which is right here. There is if you look at this, I can go right here and touch there. There's a video for every process that you go through. So it's telling me to raise my foot. There's a yellow button right back here that you would push to release that. And so it just goes all the way through. So I'm going to put that foot on, lining it up, and then I'll bring down my foot handle. There we go, right there. So that is that. Now we're going to go, it says adjust the pressure, foot pressure, which is right up here. They want it at number 4, which is what it's at right now. Now I'm going to move to the next one. Insert needles in the position shown. So they want me to insert a needle in the left cover stitch and the center cover stitch. So we're going to do that, and I'll go ahead and take these out so that you can see how I do that. So you get this little gadget that just slides right up on that needle, and I'm going to loosen this screw right in here. And you don't want to loosen it too much because you don't want it to, that screw to fall out. So let's just tighten that up a little bit more. Now I'm going to do this next one. So this is the left cover needle that I'm taking out. Don't do that. All right. One thing that you need to know too is that this is not just a regular needle. You need to have, it's ELX 705 CF cover stitch assortment. This is the kind of needles that you're going to use in this machine. We do have some in the store, so you'll be fine there. So now I'm going to show you how I'm going to put this needle in. The cool thing about this is that I can take this foot and I can move it out of my way. I'm going to put in the left cover, which is right here. This one, this is my thread guide here. And I loosen that up. And I'm putting it in, and you can see right up here is like a little window, and I can see that needle is all the way up to the top. And then I'm going to tighten that down. Now you don't want to tighten them too tight, but you want them tight. You also want to make sure that the flat side is going to the back like a normal sewing machine. So now I'm going to do the center cover stitch. So I'll loosen this up, and I'm going to put that right in here. And there it is. I can see it at the top. And then we're going to tighten that down and take that off. All right, so now I'm going to go, and I've inserted the 2 needles. Now we'll go to the next page. Now it says to deactivate the knife. Now the knife is right down, let's see if I can get this off, I can. Here is the knife. This is what lowers and raises. If I put it up here, you can see that the knife went up. But I want the knife deactivated. I don't want it up because on cover stitch, you're not cutting the fabric. So then adjust the cutting width. My cutting width is right here. Normally it's at 6. This is the default. They want me to take it down to 5, and it tells me right there. Then it says to attach the cover stitch insert. This is the cover stitch insert. This one is for the overlocker. So right now we're going to be using this one. And it just slides right on. Just like that. And then it says for me to deactivate the upper looper. Now I want you to watch that video because mine is already deactivated. So you're going to turn this knob here, and you're going to step down on your foot pedal, and it's going to take that upper looper, this one right down in here, and it's going to move it kind of down into the back because you don't need that to do this. All right? Now you're going to, we did that and we did that. So now we're going to, no setting for upper looper converter is required, which is actually the upper looper, what they're talking about is this little thing right here. And later when we do the chain stitch, we're going to activate that little thing into our upper looper, but not right now. Okay, so then we're going to go here. I'm going to set the hem selection to the 0, which is right here. If I wanted a rolled hem, I would push this back like that, but we don't. We're going to keep it to the overlock setting. And now it says to thread the following thread paths or change thread as required. So I am going to put in my left cover stitch is going to be the yellow, and the center cover stitch is going to be the green, and then the purple, which is right here, is going to be in one of the loopers down here. So let's go ahead and do the looper first. So you're going to take this knob here, and I'm going to take this and turn it all the way to the left. I'm then going to take my thread, and I'm going to hold at both ends of it and pop that into that tension disc. And then I'm coming down, straight down. This, let me get that out of there. This is my cover stitch looper. So I am going to give myself enough thread so that it has room to go all the way across here and thread into that. So I'm going to hold this over, and I'm going to hold it kind of loosely because I got to let go of it. And then I'm going to push down on the foot pedal. Come on. There it went. Now it's right over here. So that's been threaded. Now I'm going to go, and I can watch a video. I'm going to thread my yellow. I'm going to hold and tension it so that it gets into those. Did you hear that? It kind of makes a pop when I go in there. I'm going to bring this all the way over. I'm going to go into the yellow here. I'm going to go up here, then back down, back up around this silver, and then over to the left cover stitch. Bring it back down around. I can go into one of these, and I'm going to pop it right into here, this little guide here, and now I'm going to thread that. See how easy it is to thread that because I can move this foot out of the way? There are just so many cool things with this machine. Now I'm going to do the center cover stitch, and that is my green thread. So I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to go in here, go over to the green, right there, go up here to the same place, back down, down, and then up, And then I'm going to go into this slot right here. Bring it down, put it in there, and I will catch it right in there. And then I will thread it. Okay, and then we're going to pop our foot back to the right. And I want to put the table on here. There we go. All right. So now it's telling me, okay, you're pretty well set up. So it wants me to hit the green check. I'll set that there. Now what it's telling me is to close this back up. So I'm taking it over to the right on there. Now this screen comes up and it's saying that I am all set up, ready to go. So we're going to close this and we'll close this. All right. Oh, let me see. I think I do have an extra piece. I just want to do a test.